What's up guys, and welcome to an extremely special video. To give you some background, my very first car was an E46 325i. It was not a special car, but anyone that has watched my channel knows that I don't sell cars, and this was the one car that was extremely meaningful to me that I had to let go. I think it was like freshman year of college. I made a whole video about how I had this big dream of buying a 335i. I saved up as much as I could. It pushed me to start my whole clothing company, and I'd sold my E46 for like 6,800 bucks. So I could buy this thing, which was 25 grand at the time, and I never looked back. Fast forward almost 10 years after I sold the car, I started hunting it down, and it wasn't until about a year ago that I found the VIN in an old email with some insurance documents. From there, I was able to find out that the car was last registered in 2020 in Sarasota. That was great news, knowing that I had sold the car to someone in Florida that was hopefully still somewhere in the area, and I reached out to a friend of mine, Mike Massey, who lives in Sarasota, knows a lot of people, and he was able to track down the last registered owner. But the problem with that is they had sold it to someone that never even titled the car. We were told it was just sitting somewhere to rot. And then 6 months later, I got a FaceTime call that you guys are about to see. If you found my first car, I'm gonna freak the f out right now.
Yo.
What's up, dude?
Pretty busy like this next week?
Kinda. Why? What's up? You found it!
I got it.
You got it?
I got it.
Dude, how's she look? Does it still have the original bumper?
This?
Oh, man. That bumper was gangster. They must have gotten rid of it.
I guess the last time the kid drove it, he was like doing donuts in a field and like lost the front rear bumper.
I love that. Is it rusted out? Oh, good old Connecticut car. I love it. Dude, you are the man. I can't believe you got it.
It's like,
Yo, it's got the sticker! No way!
yeah, hold on. There's the bike barn.
Oh my god, dude. I can't believe you found it. Yup, that's my car, dude.
Yeah, the kid was like, dude, I like watch Adam's videos all the time. I didn't even know this was his car.
Wow. How much did you pay for it?
What?
How much did you pay for it?
$1,000?
$1,000? You're my dude. I was prepared to spend 10 grand on that piece of
Well, and it was funny because dude was like, he's like, wait, I was like really just about to put this thing on Facebook Marketplace too.
God, dude, you are the man. Thank you so much. Talk about instant gratification. Mike's the man. He's literally coming within 24 hours from when he gave me the call. I'm beyond excited. I have no idea what I'm going to do with the car. I just know that it's probably the most special car to me because it was my first car. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I want to see what the car looks like. I want to see what things of mine are still with the car, and I imagine there's gonna be some stories to tell with this thing. So I can honestly say I haven't been this excited since we got the compound. It's a rusty old 325i that's automatic and probably makes 150 horse. Oh my god, we gotta put it on the dyno. If it runs, that'd be hilarious. I'm so stoked. He's pulling up. I'm so excited. Oh my god, dude. The paint looks better than I expected. That thing's shining. I wonder if he washed it for me.
Hey man, you looking for this?
Dude, I am so excited, you have no idea.
I'm so psyched. You're excited.
Hell yeah.
I pulled up there and he's like, dude, you know how I know this is Adam's? Because this port right here that he put in like one of his early videos, it's the same port, and he was so psyched about it. And I was like, all right, I mean, whatever.
The kid noticed that?
Yeah, so then I was like, all right. And then he's like, and look, the stickers are still here.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
She needs a little love. So this is the only big like rust spot you saw on it?
That's the only thing I saw, and I kind of like peeked under.
Wow. This thing's been sitting outside, huh?
It sat for like almost 3 years.
That's insane. Still got the little carbon fiber roundel on the steering wheel. Oh boy. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, like, it's rough, but I expected it to just be like upside down in a ditch somewhere. Or like sitting, like, imagine it got parted out in a junkyard. That
Well,
would have been way more sad.
You told me about it, and I was like, man, this thing's, yeah, probably like scrapped.
This, dude, it's crazy. It still has a bike barn sticker. I think this is the original tint. When I got this car, I like got kind of bait and switched by a car dealer. I really wanted a Jetta GLI. And then this was sitting there and it looked low, it had dark tint. Turns out the struts were blown and that's why it looked low. And I knew nothing about it. And I thought, you know, Tiptronic, sick, I could still shift. The seats aren't in terrible condition, dude. You might honestly clean up half decent. So this is the port Mike was talking about. I remember I thought it was the coolest thing. I pulled the head unit out and you could wire an aux port to the back and you could listen to music without having to change your head unit. Sick, OEM plus, baby.
Yeah, he said it came on some wheels and he like traded or something.
I'm already sourcing parts.
Yeah.
Don't you worry. I have no idea what I want to do with it, but I know that like stage one, I want to bring the car back. Oh, damn, someone put lower control arms on it?
He said he had got it like
Or
that.
toe arms. Weird, that wasn't me.
Did you cut the muffler off?
I did not cut the muffler off. Me and Mike were just talking about that this morning. I was like, dude, if it has a full exhaust, I'm gonna daily it. So does it run?
So what he was saying was that it blew a lower radiator hose when he was doing donuts in a field with it. And then he let it sit. And then that was like the night he got it or something. And then a friend of his had the same car and it had a misfire, so they just stole the coils off of this.
Huh.
So he says just put coils in it and then obviously jump the battery, and then lower radiator hose and it should run.
Hopefully no blown head gasket, but this fender was replaced. I had a little drifting escapade and I drifted into a snowbank and then it flipped the car around, and then I did like one of the Wile E. Coyote seesaw things on the edge of a cliff and then went down and then the tree caught it. It was all on Vine, but I took it off because I was worried the cops were gonna see it. Yep. I wonder if it still has the angel eyes that I did. It does! Bro, I did angel eyes on this car forever ago and they're still in there. Behind the fog. Grios, where you at? Yeah. I did some sort of car work on this, but not much. I really didn't know what I was doing. Are the Racelands still on it? That's the question. Nope. Stock suspension's back in it. So what was the story? So you found the girl that owned it and then there was a dead end?
Pretty much. She was like a ghost. She like doesn't use social media. Had contacted all of our mutual friends and nobody could get a hold of her. And then a couple months later, she DM'd me and says, oh, I never checked Facebook, but I sold the car to my brother's friend. Her brother plays for FSU on the baseball team. And then I have a friend that used to play on FSU. So I called him and he got a hold of people over there. He doesn't play for FSU anymore, plays for a team down south. My niece overheard and said, oh, I know that name. I'm friends with his ex-girlfriend. So she called his ex-girlfriend, got his phone number, and then he called his friend Dusty, who had this. And I texted Dusty and Dusty was like, he's like, I got it. So if you want it, like I was about to put it on Facebook Marketplace. I'll sell it to you for what I was gonna put it on Marketplace for.
If only he knew.
Indeed. Well, he didn't
I know
exactly until I said something.
The paint's not as bad as I thought it would be.
I thought it would be worse for sitting out in the sun.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, a little polish, you know, some PDR, and she'll look pretty good. The doors have some weird dents in them. The roof rack, oh, the roof was dented before. So I had a roof rack on it and someone ripped it off and stole it in my parking garage. The first time I got stolen from it, it just like hurt me so much internally. Yeah, you can see some of the dents. They like pried it off with a screwdriver. It was really sad. Getting stolen from the first time just makes you lose faith in humanity as a whole. Dear the person that stole my roof rack, you.
Fuck you,
watching
fuck
this.
you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Yeah. Is the trunk open? Damn, it's got speakers.
We can make it open.
Fun fact, I had to smash these out at Camp Woodward because I got locked out of the trunk because my keys were in it. And that's the trick on these. You smash it, and then I got a little skater kid with tiny little arms to reach in and pull this.
Is this yours?
No,
I got some pine shavings, dude.
You have a horse?
no.
Right.
Do you?
Nope.
Extra large hamster.
I can't.
Capybara?
I still can't believe you made this happen. Thank you so much,
Booth?
dude.
Yeah, dude.
I'm
for
so
sure.
happy.
Well, I guess his friend has the same car and they just took the coil packs out because it had a misfire.
As long as it doesn't have blown head gasket. There's a good chance it has a blown head gasket, but that's okay.
You can still drive it.
We love scope creep with projects around here.
Oh yeah, so that's probably the field stuff he was talking about.
Oh yeah, there's a little dirt on there.
Congrats.
What would you have thought if I rolled up to your house in this?
This is where it all started.
Yep.
Like I'm looking at history here.
Gets out of this with a handful of roses.
Wait, so you said this is your sticker?
Uh huh.
What else are like the little things that?
There's
are
that.
still
There's
yours?
an aux port that I put in, right here.
Oh, is that your first mod?
Probably actually. I think that was my first. And it came out clean like OEM plus. No aftermarket head unit.
Yeah.
And then there's a little sticker up here. I got some side markers. It's pretty sick.
I can't believe you found this car.
It took a while.
I'm curious to see what the miles are. All right, she's got power. Oh, we got something. It's gonna be really hard not to engine swap this thing, having Drift HQ right here with like every engine swap kit imaginable for the E46. We got oil?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Wow, this brings back some memories. This button right here. That's when we had some fun. Van's pulling up, bring me some coil packs.
Duarte to the rescue with some fresh
Recovery.
coil packs.
The van has everything. E46, we got you.
I never thought I'd see the day where I'm filling up my old E46 with a can of race gas to get her fired up. Remember one time I filled this thing with diesel and locked up the first engine. I had to buy another one from BMW. Just kidding. So originally my thought was if I got this back, I'd turn it into like a party car, like a 4-seater drift car. But I feel like I have too many drift cars, but I also have too many dailies. So I don't know. That's why I feel like the easiest thing to do first is just like bring it back to how it was. Are we ready to fire?
Yes, sir.
The fuel's probably so old.
Good.
I mean, it's got a little tick, but it's not bad.
No, it sounds fine.
It's just the lifter's probably been sitting for a while. I bet you it'll stop in a little bit.
It never sounded like that when I owned it. My mommy would never let me take out the exhaust. We've got one working window regulator. Amazing.
What was that you were saying about BMWs and window regulators?
Dude, me and Matt the Ginge changing window regulators on this thing in the UCF parking garage. And when we were done, we would always hang the window regulator off the side of the parking garage. At one point, I think there's like 4 window regulators hanging from the side of it. Good times. Am I gonna drive this thing?
Look at that.
It's holding an idle now too.
And one of your halos works.
Really? I'll probably get some coolant in it before I do too much, but that's pretty exciting that it still drives. I remember like one of the halos went bad and I like sent a whole like upset email to the place. Like that $100 that I spent on the halos was such a big deal to me back. Yo, that was pretty cool. And I remember like the dude that bought the car, I like connected him with the company that I got him from, hoping that they would, you know, make good for the bad halo that I had on one side. I was thinking maybe I'll make it like the new M4s.
No one stole them.
And
They just fall off. No one stole it.
Nah, someone definitely stole them. They were cool. They were black. You know what's funny? I think I still have the stock ones sitting in a box. See that? That's how you knew I was a gangster. Nice. So we've determined a new goal for today. I feel like the typical buys a car, does a burnout thing needs to happen. So conveniently enough, Duarte is stocked up on E46 replacement parts. Shout out Drift HQ. So it looks like it needs a belt, maybe a radiator hose, maybe even a radiator. And then we'll see if old girl could do a nice one-wheel peel, an homage to back when I did my first burnout ever in my entire life in this thing. Step 1 is going to be to figure out if the radiator has a leak. Then we can determine what parts we need to do a burnout. What's that noise? I think cam knock.
Like good. It's coming out good on the bottom. Oh no, there's a cooler? Is that a cooler? That's a cooler. It's coming out like the cooler's cracked or something. Is that the overflow? That's the overflow.
Yeah, I think the overflow's.
Yeah, the overflow's big.
My butt may be a lot bigger than it used to be, but I tell you what, sliding in those leather seats still feels the same as they used to. I found out why the angel eyes don't work. It's probably that. I gotta remove this thing.
Exactly what you're doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just removing. The key to working on BMWs is removing the that's in the way of the that you need to fix.
This is
That's the
like
trick.
the key to working on anything is just taking it apart and putting it back together how you found it.
Yep.
With a handful of bolts left over.
I mean, if that's what it takes, if it's together, man.
BMWs, like, as annoying as they are to work on, they like kind of build them easy to service at the same time. You know, back in the day, I would go to E46 Fanatics forum and I would read how to do all this stuff.
Forums, dude. You remember forums?
Remember forum? Yep. Boom. So this piece is cracked. So all we gotta do is get rid of this thing. Figure out how this mounts. Looks like there's a little clip down there. What do we got?
Doesn't look that bad.
That looks a little
Typical
mess.
Connecticut subframes.
We'll get an M3 one of these. Do these cars have the issues with the rear subframe mounts cracking?
The bushings.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at the rest of it. I mean, geez, it's caked with dirt.
Dude, for standing for 3 years and being a Connecticut car,
Honestly, I've heard that the dirt will prevent rust sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't the dirt like keep moisture though?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's power. They got like weird coolers on here,
Yeah.
like some diesel stuff.
See that
Oh,
hole,
yeah.
Johnny, right there?
That'll do it.
Okay, so the belt whipped off. Caused some havoc on its way out. We got a new one of these coming from AutoZone getting dropped off. Stay in the zone. Alright. Now I gotta figure out what to do about this belt.
Dang, this thing's gonna have AC.
Dude, imagine.
Straight from the van. No, I'm just kidding.
Came from AutoZone.
Yeah, that thing.
This is the nicest part that this will ever be on this car. Hello, dude.
Circle goes in the circle.
I'll figure it out later.
Watching you do this just reminds me of those kids' toys, like jamming the square in the triangle.
I'm gonna go get some gloves. When you go and order a lightweight pulley off eBay and it comes and it's plastic.
Throw that thing away, dude.
Dude.
What this is. So I feel like I'm in a time capsule right now. Like Adam LZ just rolled up to cabin 5B at Camp Woodward, and everybody in the cabin's freaking out because he's got a BMW. Wow, this is cool.
Dead the gas tank. Dead the gas tank.
Yep, so Duarte get. Oh, is it leaking? Uh oh. It's something easy to fix. I think the radiator's broken.
Well, it's like a drain.
Like
Wait,
the
maybe
sn-
not. What is it missing an O-ring?
So, part of the game plan of making this thing back to how it looked is to get another set of BBS style 5s put on it. These aren't the exact wheels that I had in the car, but Duarte lent them to me, and I just wanted to have cool front wheels before I do a burnout. I know a lot of you guys watching this might think I'm kind of crazy for being so excited about this car, but I know there's some of you watching this that understand, because if you had the opportunity to get your first car back, you would in a heartbeat. This car for me, it may not be the car that got me into cars, but it being my first car, the first car that I ever modded, the first thing I ever did with, it has a ton of value. And incidentally, it's the first car that I've ever done a burnout in. So we're gonna do a ceremonial burnout in the car that I first ever did a burnout in over here on the new LZ compound. Mind you, there's still some coolant leaks. We weren't able to fix all of them. We JB welded some stuff up and replaced a couple things, but I think we're just gonna let her eat. But before I do that, I want you guys to smash the like button and leave a comment down below. What the heck do you guys want to see me do with this thing? Now, it's obviously not gonna be the project we're working on anytime soon. I know the first thing I wanna do is bring it back to looking like what it did and just make it work. But what's stage 2? Leave a comment below. If something starts biting you, it's probably ants. It doesn't work the worst, but it definitely doesn't work the best. The brakes don't really work, so we're gonna try to keep the donuts to a minimum and just do burnouts. But this ripper, dude, what do you think? Let's see if the Tiptronic still works. Yup. Heck yeah, dude. I remember when I thought this was fast, dude. It's got some torque, bro. You heard the chirp?
Yeah.
I love that. I'm excited. All right. Stage her up. All right, so which one is the one that
It was
spun?
driver's side.
Dude, that's the same side that spun like 10 years ago.
Who'd have thought?
All right, so let's think. Thumbnail, guys. We're going for 10 million views on this video. We need a jet ski. Oh, UPS driver just came in time. I will have to wait. This happens often. He's not even phased. like, comment, subscribe. Thank you, bye.